But we also could talk about the heart-shaped hickey that Bethany has on her forehead.
We did that last
let's
episode.
talk about that.
No, we didn't
I'm
do
done
last
with
episode.
Katelyn. Katelyn's like, is that what that is? And I'm like, you can't see it.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Dark Collective podcast with myself, Miss Red, and then we also have Bethany and we have Jennifer. You guys can't see Jen's
ever so luscious.
Look, okay, I changed it up with Katelyn, okay? You have to give me some credit for that.
You did. It was nice.
I changed it up. So, a lot of you guys may know, some of you may not, but both Bethany and Jen have bookish shops. But what we want to kind of tell you guys about is what happened to Jen today. Why don't you give us a little insight on what happened to you today?
Okay, so this will probably be released after readers and probably technically after a Polycon. But so, for those of you who don't know, for my shop, I order DTF transfers, which always makes me giggle, but it's called direct to film transfers. And essentially, like, I design things, I send the designs to this company, and then they print them off, they send them to me, and then I heat press them onto shirts or sweatpants, whatever it is. So I ordered 3 orders last week. And I was so excited because they were going to get in. Technically, they were supposed to be in by Friday. They didn't get in Friday. They were in Connecticut by Friday, but they weren't going to get delivered until Monday. So I was out running errands today, and then I got the notification saying, "Oh, they've delivered." So I was like, perfect. Came home, hung out around the house, cooked some lunch, cleaned up a little bit, and was like, all right, I guess it's time for me to bust these bad boys open so I can start heat pressing. The first one I open is the wrong order. It's some random person's order that's like Falcon Soccer. And it's hundreds of little Falcon Soccer designs. And all I'm thinking is, these little kids, who knows, it could be adults, I don't know. But all I'm thinking is these little kids got Hot Girls Read Smut design and Morley Pitch Black. That's all they got. You know it is. Like,
I would love to be in that room where a little kid's like, Daddy, what is smut?
Hot Girls Read Smut. What is that? Yeah, I was really upset because, again, at this point in time, I leave for readers, and it's Monday. I leave at 3 a.m. on Thursday.
It's like 2 days, basically.
Yeah, so I'm like, but I messaged them, and they're super great. They were like, they were so apologetic. They said they were going to get my order out today. It's already shipped, and they said it will be here by Wednesday. So, and I keep telling myself, even if it's not, I do have a Polycon the next week. So as long as it gets here by Monday the following week, like, we'll be good because I can just use those for that.
I hope it's like some parents that open up like, oh, you know what I mean? We can't put this on their jersey.
Goodness.
So again, you own a small bookish shop. Both of you guys do. Jen, what is the name of yours?
So mine is the Dirty Llama Co.
And Bethany?
And we have all kinds of different stuff.
Oh, I love it.
Mine is Productivity Smivity. It's a funny name. I know. It's but right now I have like stickers and shirts, sweatshirts, and hoodies, and I think I have totes that are still up right now. I might be putting up some more designs for those soon, but that's what I have.
How'd you come up with your name?
So I have this really great friend since we were like itty bitty, and when you grow up, you live in different places sometimes, and our way of connecting is through like FaceTime. We would jump on a FaceTime, and we're just like body doubles for each other, so it would be hours and hours of time that we're just doing stuff. I'd be mopping the floors, she'd be doing dishes, she'd be upstairs vacuuming, I'd be like taking the couch apart. And it got to the point where we wanted to be more organized and put like a to-do list together. And I just one day randomly had typed productivity schmivity for like our productivity list. And when it came time to like start a shop, I looked back and I was just like, I kind of like that name.
I love it. That's adorable though. Productivity.
Yeah, I love it.
Can I admit that I've been calling it productivity?
That's completely fine. You can keep calling it that.
It's fine. It's totally fine. Jen, how did you come up with the name Dirty Llama Co?
So Dirty Llama Co was born because
my favorite story.
It's so stupid. Like, so probably when my daughter was like 7 or 8, there was an Instagram filter where it was like, pick your spirit animal. Like, Bethany's story is so wholesome and like cute. Okay, so it was pick your spirit animal, and it would like do like this rotation of animals, and then it would give you what your spirit animal was. And like I did it, and I got like a wolf or something, and then Riley did it, and she got like this cracked out llama. And we laughed so hard for like 20 minutes, like just laughing over it. It was so dumb. But like ever since then, it's been like an inside joke of llamas. So I always end up getting Riley like a beach towel with a llama on it, or like for her Christmas present this year, I got her a charm for her charm bracelet that has a llama on it. Like, you know, she literally got me this.
It's a singing llama, everybody.
For those of you who don't know, it's a singing llama with sunglasses that I now take to every convention that I go to. So I have a little bit of Riley with me. But it's like, so it's just become an inside joke for us with llamas. So when I was creating my shop, I was like, I need to incorporate a llama. So originally it was going to be the bookish llama. And then I was like, well, I don't want to like lock myself in to just book stuff. Like, you know, like I love book stuff, but if I do want to make something outside of it, I don't want to be a weird thing, which is why I love Bethany's name too, because it doesn't lock her into anything. So
yeah, totally on purpose.
I know you did. But so like the Dirty Llama Co was born because I read dirty books. I mean, it's kind of weird, but whatever. Like,
it's not weird though. It's not, because like I've told this story so many times that how I met Jen, who in tune I met Bethany, was buying a sweatshirt from your TikTok, you know, that went viral. Yeah. And when I saw that the Thick Thigh Stabby Vibes was coming from the Dirty Llama Co, I was like, well, that fits. You know what I mean? Like it just fits, you know? And then when I went to work with you at the first event where I met Bethany, I was like, is that a penis with wings? Like, what is that?
I need to make more because as of right now, I'm not planning on taking any to Readers Take Denver, and I feel like I need to. I know. I haven't had time. Like, because it's a whole process. Like, when I'm making them, it takes up my whole kitchen table. And that's where I also, like, heat press and do all this stuff. So, and it takes 18 hours for them to harden enough. For the penises to harden enough to even move them to a different location. So it's like so time consuming and such a hassle. But I think I might try to make them and then just go ahead and move them off. Like do more of a small batch, because I always do a huge batch. Mm-hmm. Always. Like I do a huge batch of resin. I keep hiccuping. I'll do a huge batch of resin. And then that's where I make my daggers, I make my bat peens, I make my wings. Like, I do little, I don't think I have any with me, but they're like page holders. But so yeah, maybe I'm like, okay, I got 3 days. 2 days, not 3 days. 2 days. 2 days. Maybe I can make a couple.
So, but the thing is with the bat beans, it's just like, I remember not only seeing it, but then we've talked about this in one of our episodes where me and Jess stayed up until like 3 or 4 in the morning helping Jen glue those damn wings on. you know, because I mean, even though they are technically bat peens, they are beautiful. Like the marbling that she does in them, which they're so beautiful, and it's just impressive. You know what I mean? And it is impressive for both of you to be running like a bookish shop, you know, because both of you work full time, and you know, Jen's mom and lives the mom life and running this event. Like it's just both of you are, and it's very impressive because not a lot of people know how much work goes into all of those things.
Yeah. Bethany, what all events are you working next year that you can tell us about?
I have 2 events actually. I have just got accepted into
3.
3 events actually. That one just confirmed too. I have Readers Take Denver next year. Romantasy, I think it's Romantasy is the one. I get them confused sometimes. So that one, and then I obviously have Sinners and Stardust in August.
Yeah. And I'm so excited because Romantasy is in fucking LA. So I don't have to fly to see these bitches. I will be able to drive. I'm going to roll them around.
So far.
I'm going to pick them up in my car and be like, I'm driving.
So I'm so excited.
I'm going to die. I'm just kidding.
I'm super excited.
Cali.
It'll be
Jen,
my
what
first
about you?
time.
How many events so far? Because I know you're probably signing up for more for 2025.
I think 5. I could be wrong, but I feel like 5, so that I can announce.
Yes. What can you announce?
I have Readers Take Denver, Romantasy in LA, Book Harvest, Sinners and Stardust. And I think that's all I can announce as of right now.
That's fine. And how many events is Red's going to be an assistant?
All of them.
I have no idea. So I actually have a funny story, and we'll wrap this up to get to our amazing interview. And I didn't tell them yet before this interview, so this is actually perfect timing. So I went to Starbucks this morning, and
Brett said I started a bookish business.
No, I did not. Absolutely not. I love you guys, but I could never. I went to Starbucks this morning, and a lot of you guys all have water cups with stickers all over them, and I have Bethany's right here, and I have a bunch of other like little stickers I've gotten. And it's really funny because I was like, oh, can I get this filled up with water? And the girl, the guy takes it, and the girl, literally, this worker from Starbucks, grabs the cup out of his hand, and she goes, let me look at your stickers. And she goes, where did you get this pill with hearts in it? And where did you get your sweatshirt? Because I love conversation hearts, like the Brock's ones. And I was like, oh my God, me too. But they have to be, and she cut me off. She goes, stale, right? And I was like, are we best friends? Like, what just happened? So I had her follow her shop I follow Bethany's shop, and it was a really cute moment, and I got really excited for Bethany.
It's like,
I could see you turning bright red, and I fucking love it. I live for it. So yes, a Starbucks in Northern San Diego up in Escondido, California. Loved your stuff.
I'm gonna have to like go find whoever it was and like find.
I don't remember her name. Don't ask me. But
and once again, Red's like, you guys are gonna get recognized everywhere. Bethany and I have never had. Red has people all the time come up to her at airports, at nail salons, wherever she's at, and they're like, "Oh, are you Red?" Or like, "Oh my God, I love your cups." Like, she's just so approachable, and I am not that way, and I've never. One time
in an airport, I got hoodie up, like
my reader merch. I'm like, not even Sinner stuff, just like my reader stuff that I'm wearing. They'll look at it, they'll see it, I see them see it, but they never comment on it. And I'm like, be my friend, be my friend.
I will admit, because I wear this sweatshirt all the time. This is from Bethany's shop. She literally, I still tell people she made it for specifically for me.
I did. Bethany shop?
Productivity Schmidtivity.
They're like typing that up.
Productivity, because it says clit in it. That's what
Productivity.
She changed my name.
Yes, don't listen to Red. But no, I feel like she made it just for me because if you guys want a way to Jen's heart, easy peasy, mac and cheese. You want a way to Bethany's heart? Nerds Rope. She loves Nerds Rope. Way to Red's heart? Stale Brock's conversation hearts.
Nasty.
That is like my favorite. So these are all conversation hearts, but with
tropes.
Bookish tropes. Sorry, I had a moment.
You said with the people.
With the people.
Look at the people, guys.
Well, you guys, we are super stoked to we have an amazing interview today. But first off, Bethany and Jen, tell us your shop names one more time so people can go check them out.
Okay, so mine is The Dirty Llama Co. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok. It's just at The Dirty Llama Co. Also, my website is thedirtyllamaco.com. Very simple.
And you can find me at Productivity Smivity. It's SMIVITY for Smivity on Instagram, TikTok, and then my Etsy shop is also that, but I have that all linked on my socials as well.
Awesome. So you guys, we have the ever so vivacious. We have Katelyn Taylor. Yay! Katelyn. All right, you guys, please enjoy Miss Katelyn Taylor. Hey guys, welcome back. We have the ever so gorgeous, ever so vivacious Miss Katelyn Taylor.
Hi guys.
Just like this, like
I'm like,
exactly.
yeah.
Oh, well, we're so excited to have you. I know, like, everyone knows that your episode has some technical difficulties, so we're gonna redo it and make it even better.
Even better.
You want to know what's gonna make it better?
What?
Jen's tipsy. It's perfection.
Hey, listen, it wasn't my fault. There was a lot of things that happened today to bring me to this point in my life. I got sent little boy soccer team jerseys instead of my Hot Girls Read Smut and Morley Pitch Black designs. What else was I supposed to do? I leave for readers in 2 days. Because technically I leave on Thursday.
3 days.
Well, technically I leave on Thursday.
3
but
days.
It's like Thursday at like 3 a.m. So
Yeah.
not
actually.
So I needed, and it was sunny today in Connecticut. And for those of you here, like, it's been raining the last week. So I was like, I'm gonna have a margarita and lay out. And it was wonderful. And I don't regret a single thing. Bailey doesn't regret it either. Nope. What genres do you write?
I have sports romance, age gap, dark romance. I'm coming out with a stalker romance in June. That is going to be so good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a good stalker romance? I feel like it's funny that we go from like romantasy, pretty little things to be like, I'm gonna stalk your ass.
I love
I mean,
romance.
It's so romantic though, because they're literally willing to do anything.
They don't
will
care.
never leave your side.
They're never gonna leave.
They will never leave. Like, you will, abandonment issues gone.
That's like your stalker romance in fictional world, so hot, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Stalker romance in the real world,
Absolutely not.
I mean, if they
If
look
they're
like
hot
my
enough,
MMCs, I'd be
I might
into
be
it.
into
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
If they have an 8-pack and a 10-inch dick, we're
like
good.
I'm here for
Like,
it.
I'm here
Exactly.
I love that we're
Fine.
the same person.
Yeah.
Those are the qualifications.
This conversation is perfection in our first like 10 minutes of this.
It's not even 10 minutes. It's literally been like 10 seconds.
Just start it.
I know, and I'm like looking down where we're recording, and I'm like, never mind, it's not 10 minutes.
So you talk about, dark romance, stalker romance, but how did you get into writing like sports romance?
So I've always been kind of like sporty. I played volleyball my entire life. And like, who doesn't love hot football players or hot MMA fighter? Like, they're fit, they're aggressive. We're here for it. And so, so I first wrote my MMA romance because, like, wrong guy from the tracks, like grumpy MMA, like chef's
So you
kiss,
said
right?
grumpy?
Oh, grumpy. Like, this girl, like, is worse than him. He's, like, the grumpy asshole. And then she's like, fuck you. He's like, whoa. Excuse me.
He's like, what?
Yeah, she's, like, a lot to handle. A lot of people are like, ooh, she's, like, too prickly. And I'm like, she is.
Like, yes.
100%.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I love your whole thing with sports romance. That's one of the things you're very much known for. So what do you love about sports romance?
I think that it's kind of exciting to have that exterior kind of action going on, that it's like, I don't try to put it too heavy. That way, if you're not into sports romance or like sports in real life, you can still enjoy sports romance, but enough to where it's like, oh, there's a game day, and then there's always that, like, you know, testosterone on the football field or whatever,
Mhm.
like rivalry, and you know, I've got some hot like locker room scenes and stuff like that, right? Like I
Yeah.
feel like it gives a nice unique landscape for some really good angst and some really good smut.
Oh, I love that. That's
I
good.
agree 100%. It's so good.
Mhm.
Like, and it's something that you like writing dark academia or like late high school. I like to say like 18, whatever, like college. It's something that you get that you don't get in a lot of other books because, you know, it's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, we can go at the school and you're not allowed to.
No, 100%. I haven't written a high school yet, but I have quite a bit, or I've like, I guess only two, quite a bit.
Yeah,
quite a
I
bit.
have two college. But it's still, college is still kind
Yeah.
of like right there too, right? That it's like, yeah, it's still kind of like school. And so there's like bullshit clicky crap that is like
Mhm.
really good tension and
Yeah.
drama. All the dudes simping after the FMC, and so the MMC has to beat their ass, like all that good stuff, right? We love
Right,
it.
I just finished Gianna Darling's book,
Mm.
Lessons in Corruption, and it's
Yeah.
about like a teacher student, but she doesn't know he's a student
Mhm.
whenever, because he's part of an MC, and so like
Yeah.
when everything happens, she doesn't realize he's a student until like he walks in the next morning, and she's like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And he's like, "Good morning, teach." Like, I'm here to learn, and she's like, "No." But it's so good. It's so good. What is your favorite thing about writing about men who are Sims?
I feel like everyone loves a simp, right? Like every reader and every FMC want this like big, growly, grumpy, protective man to just fall on his face for his woman, right? Like I love the trope that it's like hate everyone but her. It's like such a like special bond, and it's so like protective and just like love it. Just makes my little like daddy problem heart just so happy.
Daddy problem heart. That is a sticker or a shirt if I haven't heard one.
Yeah. It's like so good.
I love it.
So are you working on anything new? I know you mentioned
So-
June, July, right?
Yeah. So June 3rd, Graves is coming out, which is an MFM stalker romance. And then right now I'm writing Deceit, which is the first book in a reverse harem dark academia romance. And it's a trilogy that is set in Salem.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Witchy. I don't know. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah.
It's just like so natural.
Witchy.
I witchy. No, because it's, you know, because I forgot. I'm so bad at geography that I literally forgot there's a Salem, Oregon. And so when my earlier I was like, ooh, I'm gonna go to Salem, Oregon to teach a class. So witchy, and they're like, read wrong Salem, and I was like, oh yeah, my bad.
I thought the same as like a kid, and then I drove through Salem, Oregon, and I was like, there's just like a Kroger. Like
Kroger's here.
I said, wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're like, this isn't what I
so
wanted.
exciting.
Right. This is horrible. Okay. You write sports romance, dark romance, all these things, daddy issues, we're into it. So do you have a favorite character you've ever written?
I think the guy, one of the MMCs in Graves that's coming up, is definitely going to be my favorite. He is like completely unhinged, totally psychotic. He like falls in love with her immediately and just starts stalking her. And he's just like, oh my God, like, how do you not recognize me? We're like soulmates. He's just like so absolutely crazy. But
so
he
excited.
loves her so much. It's so sweet.
I can't wait.
I just think it's like when we ask this question, because we've asked this question a few times. I just think it's funny because these are all your children. Like these are people that came out of your brain. Like how do you pick one? But then every author's been able to pretty much say just one for specific reasons.
Yeah.
And unhinged has never been a reason. And I love it so
If
much.
that doesn't describe me and just give you everything you need to know about Katelyn, you know now.
That's perfection.
I feel like this goes perfectly into where do you get inspiration for your books?
My fucked up brain.
fucked up brain.
Love it.
Yeah, I have so many, like, I feel like every author has 30 plus book ideas in their notes because it's just random things that we see in movies or down the street or we just dream of one night. And for me, it'll be like just one little thing that I'll be like, oh, he's forced to protect her or whatever. But then it like snowballs and I'm like, okay, but what if he's an assassin? And what if this? And what if that? And then I'm like, hey, I have another book that I have to write. Damn it.
Yo. So then
oh, go ahead. No, it's because it just reminds me because like, I'm on so many book pages on Facebook. I follow so many people on TikTok and Instagram. And like, I come across pages that were like Disney characters reimagined as FMCs. And like, some of them are so funny. And I already am obsessed with Hook from Once Upon a Time because they made him like really like angsty. And I love me some angst. Yeah, exactly. Right. Because it's so interesting to me that, the unhinged, the stalker, the crazy ones that have shit fucked up with their head end up being the best characters. And you just are like riveted by how the author writes them. You know what I mean? And you understand why they're their favorites,
I just always feel like they're so complex, like those characters. And most authors like let you get a behind the scenes view of how they came to be and like what they're doing right now, and I just love an unhinged character.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree. I think that they're a lot more complex. Yes. I was gonna say like my number 2 would be Atlas from Gratify, and he's like Bethany gets all excited.
I love him so much.
He's so great, but like again, like complicated, and like he's like a really like strong stoic man, but like he is fucking his son's ex-girlfriend, who is also his goddaughter, who is his employee, and like all of the things, and he's like he's all like, oh my god, I shouldn't be doing this, but then like making her crawl across his office. Yeah.
Bethany's just like, I am so about this right now.
I'm not normally an age gap girly. Like this book, I am a diehard age gap girly for this book. Like I was just convincing somebody else today to read it because I was like, no, just don't listen to what I'm saying, because what I'm saying you're just gonna be like, it's her godfather. Don't listen to me. Just go read it. And come back later and you'll thank me. You're welcome.
Well, and I told you, Bethany, before, but like Gratify's spice level, I think a lot of people are like, ooh, that's your spiciest book. Graves puts it to shame. Graves is like, I had my betas like posting their stories being like, I needed to masturbate and I couldn't because I was at work. And I was like, I don't know if you're supposed to post that on your stories. And they're like, I didn't, Graves. And I'm like, okay.
Listen, I have to schedule around when I'm reading certain books because I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just a thing, You're like,
need some on-hand support.
Yeah, you're like, I can't read this in public because I know it's going to be great. And I need to be home alone to be able to finish reading.
You're like, where's my toolbox?
Yeah.
I need it. Yeah.
This is everything and I needed more, and it's being recorded, and it's my favorite moment ever.
I love it.
So what is something you wish you would have known when you started your author journey?
I wish I would have known to write ahead. It's one of those things when you first start writing a book, you get like really excited and you're like, oh, I just want to publish this, right? And you want to like rush through all the steps. But it sucks trying to write per release date. Right now I'm trying to like get ahead a little bit, but there's just never enough time. You want to crank out as many books. And so I tell every new author, I'm like, if you're going to like publish your debut, write one more book before you publish your debut, and then that way you have a done book in your drafts that you can just click publish as you're writing your next, because the stress, it's not cute.
No. It's not cute.
It's not a good look for me. No.
No, but I have a side question to go along with that. So how long have you been writing?
I started writing 2020-ish.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. And I first published in 2021. I actually published a Mafia series first.
Oh, wow.
But it was terrible. And I pulled it in January of 2023, because I was like, all of my other books started getting a little more attention, and I was like, I don't want people to read this, like The Loyalties We Break, and be like, oh, that was a good book. Oh, she has mafia, and then be like, what in the dumpster fire is this? So I'm like, no, because you learn, and like that's another big thing for like up and coming authors is like, right, your craft will only get better. You'll become a better like wordsmith, storyteller, descriptions. Like we all make the same mistakes in the beginning. And I was just looking at those 3 books, and every time I saw people buying them, I'm like, don't tell me how you liked it, and so I need to rewrite them. I've been saying I'm going to for years, but then I keep getting more fun ideas, and I'm like, later.
So what's your, like, what book got you into reading? Like, I know what, like, my book was that I read and I was obsessed with, and it got me to start reading. So, like, what was your book that did it for you?
Okay. I feel terrible because I cannot remember the title or the author. But it was an MMA romance, and it was very just like rich girl, and like her whole life fell apart, and she was like now a bartender at a nightclub, and she fell for one of the bouncers who was also like underground MMA fighter. And so that was like the first
Like, I feel like I've read
real
this
romance
before.
book. I know. I'll send you the
I'm
name
like,
later. I'll look it up and be like, oh,
Grace?
Can you forward that to me
no. Yeah, I'll find it. But yeah, it was so good, and I was like, ooh, that's good. And then my friend was like, oh, you like that kind of stuff? Here is Fallen Crest series by Tijon. And then I was hooked.
I read that.
That was it.
Is that where, are they in high school in that one?
Yeah.
Okay, I've read that series.
It's like 6 books or something.
I think I've only read like the first 3 or 4 in that series.
Tijon is
but
so
it was really, really good. It
was really good, yeah.
I'm just sitting here, like, over here, like,
sucked.
super, like, oh, I started with the gateway drug that everybody started with.
Me too.
Self-help.
Get out of here with
That's
that.
fantastic.
What is the chicken noodle soup one? It's like chicken noodle soup for your soul book.
Oh, the
soul. Yeah, that's what it's titled.
Oh,
but
that's
it's gonna
fantastic.
be tomato soup.
Yeah,
so you
I
don't
don't
get
for your dark soul.
for something.
Exactly. So we are super excited to have you at Sinners, but what we want to know is, what are you most excited about for Sinners and Stardust?
I mean, first off, obviously I'm excited to meet everyone. I think this is such a cool event because it is just so centered around everything I love, right? It's all these like dark romance, dark fantasy girlies just coming together. And so it's going to be absolute chaos, and I'm here for all of it. So obviously that's the most exciting. I'm super excited for the ball though. I've already been looking at like so many dresses, and I'm like, if people don't look at me like I'm a psycho on the street getting there, there's a problem. Like, I'm probably gonna ship my dress because it's gonna be too big and too over the top. Like,
it's like Bridesmaids when she's
funny.
like, oh, you're doing it, you're in the street.
It's happening. It's happening.
Yeah. Okay, can we make a TikTok of that? Yeah, that
Absolutely.
needs to be a thing.
But you know what?
One of my favorite.
I cannot wait to see everyone else's dresses. Like, we just interviewed
so fun.
Tracy from Firedrake, and she was like, I want to be a fucking star. Like,
Yeah,
I love
it was
that.
so good.
I listened to it and I was
everyone
laughing.
has that attitude. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's so fun.
Yes.
Mhm. No, it is, because like everybody's going to dress so differently. And I love that we don't have an actual theme. It's just Sinners and Stardust. So obviously, like, are you going to go more dark and mysterious? Are you going to go light and bright, but also look sexy, or whatever you want? You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter. We just want, we wanted people to feel that they could dress however they want, but also like go all out. We don't care. We want to see it.
Yeah. But, like, to me, that is
but
a
like
theme.
confident,
Like,
however they
you
want.
can dress as a center, or
Yeah,
you can dress
I
as a
agree.
Stardust. So for me, like, that is the theme. It's like, what are you gonna be? You know, are you gonna be a little sexy, a little center? Are you gonna be a
Well,
fucking
and I feel like
star?
there's different layers.
There is, though, because there is going to be like, you're going to have the real sexy, sultry center, but then you're going to have the very like fairy,
shimmer,
large dress, lots of
glitter.
wings, like shimmers and stuff like that. Like, I'm wearing like a bodycon black velvet dress with my titties are going to be like, woohoo!
I have no idea.
Yes.
I will
Love
get there.
titties.
I can't believe we only have 4 months left. We're like almost.
Girl.
What is today? Tomorrow will make 4
The
months
15th.
exactly until Sinners.
Jesus.
You need to get it together.
I'm not ready.
Not ready.
Oh, well, Miss Katelyn Taylor, we cannot thank you enough, especially being the second time around. We love you so much. So thank you for being here.
Oh, I love you guys so much. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Thank you so much for
I love
being
your face.
here.
You know that. I
I love
so much
all
fun.
of your faces.
Caitlin, how do we find you on socials?
Katelyn Taylor, author, everywhere.
All right, you guys, make sure to tune in every Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific and 12 p.m. Eastern on the Dark Collective podcast. We have our link in bio. We are pretty much everywhere. And if I were you listening to this right now, make sure you watch this episode on YouTube because Katelyn Taylor looks amazing and vivacious and gorgeous, and we love her. All right, you guys, see you later. Bye.